If you are paying for PlayStation Plus Premium just to play online and claim a few monthly games, you are literally throwing money away. I get it. The menus are cluttered and Sony does a terrible job of explaining what you're actually paying for. But hidden inside your PS5 right now are features that will stop you from ever wasting $70 on a game you hate, give you access to tons of great movies to watch when you're just chilling out and not playing games, and even let you play massive AAA titles without downloading a single gigabyte. Let's talk about premium perks you're probably ignoring and how to actually get your money's worth. Let's start with one of the biggest traps in modern gaming. How many times have you bought a hyped up full price game, pre-ordered it, then played it for an hour or two, realized you completely hated it and just never touched it again? That is $70 down the drain, which you will never see. Actually, let's make a support group right now. Jump down in the comments and tell me the one game you've paid full price for and instantly regretted it. I read all your comments, so let me know so we can mourn our wallets together. With PS Plus Premium, you get access to game trials. This isn't some watered down demo, it's the full, complete game that you can play for anywhere between 1 to 5 hours, depending on the game. You earn trophies, you make progress, and if you decide to actually buy the game later, all of your saves carry right over. But here's a feature I just tested myself that was very cool and I didn't even realize would happen. And that is, if you download the trial and then you decide you want to buy the full game, so buy the physical disc for example, like I just did with Clair Obscur Expedition 33, when you put that disc in your PlayStation 5 or your PS5 Pro, it instantly switches over to the full game. You don't have to delete the trial, you don't need to re-download anything, and you don't even need to wait for it to install from the disc. It just works seamlessly. Perfecto. And if you realize the game totally sucks or it's just not your vibe, you just delete the trial and walk away. Dodging just one bad game purchase makes this entire tier way more valuable than most realize. Now, what about when you want to just put the controller down and chill out? There's a massive perk most people don't even know exists, mainly because it's not actually installed on your PS5 console by default. If you tab over to the media section on your PS5, go up to search and type in Core, you can then download the Sony Pictures Core app for free. Once you boot it up, because you have PlayStation Plus Premium, this app gives you special access to a rotating catalogue of over 100 Sony movies, completely ad-free. Yes, you can rent or buy thousands of other big huge movies that are on the app, but this specific 100 movie catalogue is completely included in your membership. And then they even highlight a special movie of the month which updates regularly. But here is why this is actually awesome for us. Sony explicitly curates these collections just for gamers. So if you've just finished playing the games and then want to kick back and watch Tom Holland in Uncharted, I love Tom Holland, but what were they thinking? That was a terrible casting as Nathan Drake. Anyways, you could check that out, or you could check out the Gran Turismo movie, or binge the Spider-Man movies, or the Resident Evil films. They're all sitting there ready to go. I even noticed there's a Final Fantasy, CGI animated movie. I'll need to check that one out as well. But the absolutely epic bonus here for those of you with big, huge, fancy OLED TVs is the epic quality. What do I mean by this? Well, the Sony Pictures app features the largest collection of IMAX Enhanced movies available anywhere on any streaming platform. It expands the aspect ratio to preserve the full theatrical framing, optimizes the picture quality, and immerses you in cutting-edge Dolby Atmos surround sound. It basically turns your PS5 into a ridiculously high-end home cinema for those chilled out, lazy Sunday afternoons. Then when you are ready to game again, Premium is hiding a massive nostalgia trip. I know retro gaming isn't for everyone, but if you grew up in the golden era of PlayStation, like I did, Premium is sitting on an absolute goldmine that is constantly being updated. This is the easiest legal way to revisit your childhood video games. We are talking about absolute legends of PlayStation here. On the PS1 side, you can boot up Tekken 3 or survive Raccoon City in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. For PS2, you've got classics like Tomb Raider Anniversary and the masterpiece, which is Soul Calibur 3. They've even got PSP heavy hitters like Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII, and Ridge Racer 2. If you haven't checked out the Classics tab in a while, you are missing out. Plus, there's plenty of other good ones on the way, which I cannot wait to play, including Time Crisis. All we need now is a light gun. Please give us a light gun, Sony. That would be amazing. There's even a bunch of PlayStation 3 classics which you can stream to your PlayStation 5 console. Big thing to keep in mind though is you can only stream them to the PlayStation 5 console right now. You cannot stream them to your PlayStation Portal if you are only playing on your PlayStation Portal. This is worth knowing. And speaking of catalogs you might be missing, did you know that you also have an entire publisher's vault bundled into your membership? Your premium tier automatically includes Ubisoft plus classics. Now I know it's included in extra, but a lot of premium subscribers don't realize this either. You don't need a separate subscription for this. It gives you instant access to massive franchises like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Watch Dogs. If you're looking for a massive open world game to sink 50 hours into over the weekend, you already have an entire library of them sitting right there, and most people scroll right past this tab. Now, before we get onto the biggest advantage for the PS5 console with a premium subscription, we need to talk about peace of mind here. Your premium membership comes with 100 gigabytes of cloud storage. If you have ever had a console get corrupted or a power surge fry your hard drive, losing hundreds of hours of RPG saves is absolutely soul crushing. I kind of know what this feels like myself a little bit because back in the day, my PS3 got the yellow light of death and I lost a ton of saves back then, so that was quite annoying. However, with Premium, your PlayStation 5 automatically uploads your saves in the background to the cloud. If you ever replace your console or if you log into a friend's PS5 to play co-op, your entire gaming history is waiting for you, safe and sound. It is a feature that I don't think about until the exact moment it saves your gaming life. This is awesome for playing games between PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation Portal, so you can just pick up where you left off on any device. And that cloud storage ties perfectly into the best feature on this entire list, in my opinion. This literally changes how you manage your console. As a premium member, you have the exclusive ability to stream massive titles directly from both the game catalogue and the classics catalogue, which saves you a ton of hard drive space, especially if you just want to jump in and check out a game to see if it is worth downloading or buying. This is a godsend. Instead of downloading a game, it takes ages and then it absolutely sucks. But what a lot of people completely miss is that Sony quietly rolled out PlayStation 5 Streaming. Well, that's what they're calling it anyway. And this is for games outside of those catalogues, games you actually own. If you buy a brand new PlayStation 5 game digitally from the store, or if you claim a PS5 game from your monthly Essential tier drops, you know, the monthly PlayStation Plus games we get, you can stream those instantly too. No waiting hours for a download and no taking up, 100 gigabytes on your SSD. Let me be brutally honest though, if you have the storage space, downloading the game directly to your console or installing it from a physical disc is always going to give you the absolute best visual fidelity and zero latency. Native play is still king and always will be, but as a backup plan, if your hard drive is full or you just bought a game and only have an hour to play it right now and want to check it out, this is awesome. And if you own a PlayStation Portal, this is an absolute godsend. You can stream your PlayStation 5 digital library straight to your handheld instantly without managing your PS5 storage at all and relying on remote play from your console. It is the ultimate must-have for Portal owners looking to make the most of their device. Now, there is a lot of value that is actually packed into the premium tier, but we all wish it was cheaper as it can be expensive. So you're probably wondering if you have to pay the full regular price for it. The good news is you absolutely do not. In fact, I made a complete step-by-step guide on what I do every single year to get PlayStation Plus Premium significantly cheaper right here. Click on that video, save yourself some serious cash on your upgrade, and I'll see you over there.